We're a little early, but that's okay. I think we can. I think we could start 30 seconds a little bit early. That's fine. The time this goes live, we still have to wait for people to come in. So, yeah, here we are. All right, welcome everybody. I wanted to do a quick channel update first. This allows time for people to come in who are interested about the review. But I will show what are we reviewing. There's going to be a couple other books I'm going to show, but we are going to be reviewing The Jedi Mind by Amy Ratcliffe. Was really excited to dig into this book. I haven't gone into it the way I have on other like Jedi philosophy books, like Jediism books, but we're gonna get into that. We'll get into all of that. But first, as we wait for people to come in, as we wait for the YouTube notifications to go out, all that fun stuff. Just hang on. Unprofessional. 1 second. Okay, I think we're good. So, update on the channel. We are going to continue the Jediverse Society series. I have 2 videos that I've jumped to the head of the line, as well as 2 videos that have been asked for quite some time that are more, I want to say, political in nature. Kind of. They're more about systems of society, which Jediverse Society, unsurprising, right? One of them's on capitalism. So that's going to be fun. We'll talk about that and the difference in how Star Wars and Jedi philosophy plays into that. But they are coming. We are going to be looking to get back to some sort of schedule. The delay has been that work hours have shifted on me. So trying to reinvent the schedule and everything there. Okay. All right. That said, let's see who we got here. Hey, well, you know, like I tried. Thank you for joining us, Skuld. And Christopher, hello. Nice to hear from you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Glad you can make it. Okay, so we are going to be talking about. Let me get just that back. And illustrations by Christina Chung. And I have to say, the illustrations are absolutely. I just had the perfect page. The illustrations are very simplistic and nice and work very, very well. Very inspiring stuff. What I'm going to say about this book, I'm actually going to pull up another one here in a second, but it's important. I skip all the nonsense, skip everything. It's worth picking up. Yes. Is it worth picking up? Yes. If you're Jedi philosophy, interested in Jedi lifestyle, interested in Jediism, realism, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. All that stuff. The point is that this book is indeed worth picking up. It annoys me a little bit because, and we're going to put that one on the back burner for 1 second, because it shares similarities with this. And those of you that know me know that I'm really self-critical, and I'm really self-critical about my own writing and the projects that I do. But this was one that I actually like really kind of appreciated and dug into. And I will actually I will say, you should pick up this book. Normally I don't do that, but this one I like. It still has its, the same problems that come with self-publishing and being a one person, you can't really edit yourself, but I tried. But so it has a similar vibe to this, where this book, we go into what does a Jedi do for stress? What does a Jedi do for relationships? What does a Jedi do for limitations or depression, anxiety, fear, things of that nature that this book covers? This one goes about in a very much similar fashion, but also it's really quick. It's just really to the point. It does the same thing that I have in my books, where you have a topic and then it'll have a corresponding Jedi quote to go with it, but then also the author's thoughts, as well as practices, nice little practices that you can do that help you focus in on that specific topic. And the topics are wide ranging: brainstorming, look inward, for emotional times, acceptance is peace, Jedi, right? Gratitude, for stress, compassion, kindness, freedom, purpose. This does what mine was doing. So if mine's obviously has the Jediism text involved. So if you're just about Jediism, or if that's more your focus, you can go that way. Again, though, libraries, Jedi knowledge, we collect books. We're all dragons with our book hoards. It's worth having, and it's actually very practical. But also, if you're kind of trying to explain Jediism or the Jedi lifestyle, if you're like, I'm a Jedi and people don't really know what that is, or you're worried about your significant other or family member or parental units, having an issue with it, you can pick up this book, which is obviously, Disney, Lucas, Star Wars endorsed and created to help ease that understanding, to help them understand that this is really rooted in time-honored traditions, practices, ideals throughout human history, and that there's really practical things. And the Situational Jedi, and as well as all my books, we talk about the AP/BP test. Is it practical? Is it applicable? That kind of stuff. And this one allows you to show that test in its form. It's really simplistic. It's really easy. It's really quick. Like the Situational Jedi, you can read it cover to cover, or you could just jump around. And I'm always bad. I don't do the inverted stuff well, but it just has a lot of good stuff in there. It's really accessible and it's really easy, and I do recommend it for any level of Jedi practitioner, regardless of how serious you are. So that's that. I would add to your collection on the same manner of the Situational Jedi, and that is Be More Yoda, Mindful Thinking from a Galaxy Far Away. And this one is by, Christian Bavelt. I am horrible with pronunciations and names, and I am sorry, sir. Sorry. And this one has, again, it's real simple. It has ideas. Don't be too hard on yourself. Movie quotes from Jedi. And it has these little things that they're just quick. They're easy. They're easy for you to really grab onto. And the size of it reminds me of a children's book. Could kids read that and understand? Yes, they are really simplistic. This one's a bit more probably adultish in its verbiage, but it's still, it's quick, it's easy, and it just moves on after that, right? Like boom, you're on to the next one. These are just like really quick lines here. So it would be a healthy dose of skepticism is good, but doubting yourself is self-defeating. You might not have all the answers, but you might not need them right now. And then it goes on, but that's just an understanding of kind of what you find. And with this one, it's a bit more in depth, but it talks about, let's see what we can find here. All right. Connect mind and body. And then, all right. So military might is not the only way to prevail in conflict. When a more underdeveloped civilization faces an incursion during the Clone Wars, Jedi Master Ala Sakura explains the power of belief to Ahsoka. A strong belief can be more powerful than any army. That civilization also follows pacifism. They decline to help the Jedi defend their home. Their convictions are stronger than a lightsaber. Believing in our bodies from the inside out increases our strength, which doesn't come from a singular source. One way to align what's happening inside and outside our bodies is to focus on the blind spots we ignore. Now, in the situational Jedi, we kind of touch on that through ignorance. That knowledge is how we light the dark places of ignorance. That ignorance is the dark side. That ignorance is darkness. And we, by shining knowledge and self-honesty and self-reflection in there, we, disperse the shadows of ignorance, right? And then so it has a practice here of this one has a rollout tension practice, which is just kind of lying down, taking deep breaths, and using therapy balls to massage out spots and create a stronger connection between your mind and body. Pretty easy to follow, pretty simple. I wouldn't go far for I don't know if a 5-year-old would be able to follow it, depending, right? Reading levels are different for everybody, but it does have good stuff that you can just bounce around and read, read as you need. You can jump through the chapters. Again, these books I would recommend over really any, if you're looking to just be a Jedi, if you're looking to just live the Jedi lifestyle, you don't really care about the community or any of that hierarchy nonsense. You're just looking to live as a Jedi with that peace of mind and kind of have that, I don't know. Some people call it stoicism or that Zen, right? For me, it's just Jedi because that's what I've devoted my life to, right? But to have that kind of aura or have that feeling of peace inside you that we associate with Jedi Knights, Jedi Masters, really all you need is these two books to really jump into it. If Jediism is definitely something that you want to dedicate yourself, then again, self-promotion, I would throw this one in there. I would throw this one in there for Jediism because it covers Jediism texts. Excuse me. Wow, drank that juice a little too quickly. But it does cover Jediism texts such as the 21 Maxims, the Jedi Circle, the 33 Teachings of Jediism, things of that nature, as well as the Jedi Code and Jedi Rules of Behavior. But so that would add to it. But these are really focused, these 3 books together are focused on the general idea. It's not a training program. It's not a hierarchy. It's not about earning titles. It's about achieving the lifestyle of being a Jedi. And if that's what you're looking for, then there's no other books right now on out there, whether you're talking specifically Jediism or Jedi philosophy, that I would recommend above these 3 books. 3 books. 3 books. But I really do like it. Again, it's like my idea, but better. It's better than what I put out, which of course my ego does not like, but at the same time, Jedi lifestyle, right? And you gotta appreciate that. Let's see what we got here. I feel like these are good for parents to spend time teaching their kids, help create a dialogue. I would agree with that. You can go through this again. You have the pictures, you have the movie quotes. You can even, they both talk about like the Clone Wars and the movies, and you can watch those with your kids, of course, and really express these ideas. And these books help express the idea of the Jedi. I've seen a lot of anti-Jedi sentiment out there through things like Star Wars Theory and those kind of channels, and then of course Tumblr and there's just different areas where there's this real anti-Jedi viewpoint, and there's some good reason there and some not. But if you're looking to explore this with someone younger, then you can kind of dissuade that. You can show the real meat of it. You can show what it's really about, what Jedi lifestyle is really about, the Jedi philosophy, what's trying to be achieved there, what are the messages throughout Star Wars that are meant to uplift. They are meant to be about being better and creating a better world around us, creating our own better world. So they're definitely something you can share with younger kids and explore with. So I do recommend the books. I do recommend specifically the Jedi Mind. I really do recommend it. Again, it's like, it was my idea, but better. I'm sure when we consider production times, we were probably working on these books around the same time. And it's really amazing to see, because if you've ever had an idea or if you ever had a vision for something, you just never got it done, but then you do find someone who gets it done and gets it out there. It's really just great to see that vision like kind of come to life. And I always hope or like to think that's what people who write books and then see like a Netflix adaptation or something that's done well, or at least done in a way that they like, that's what they're like. It's great to see something come off the paper and come to life, right? So I feel for me, that's what this is. This book is like a realization and seeing this idea come to life, and it works well, and it is great. It's not just, I mean, obviously I had no say or pull in it whatsoever. Has nothing to do with me, but I really, the book's nice. It's hardcover. It's really not, I just, I don't know. I really like it. I really dig it. You got the here and now stuff. Like, I mean, this is just, I don't know. I just really enjoy it. So yeah. So that's my overall long review that probably didn't even take, it did not require 15 minutes to talk about that. However, I want to open it up to any questions we have, to viewers who's here. As always, our questions can span the book itself, any of the 3 books, if you have questions there, or questions about the channel, whatever. Questions about the Jedi path, questions about Jedi philosophy, anything, any questions. I'd like to open the floor for that. If not, man, that's a pretty quick video. But I mean, the book doesn't require a whole lot of, and again, like I said, I haven't really dug into it in the way that I've dug into other like Jediism books. One, it's really not written that way. It's not dug into that way. It's not something you could dig into in that same manner. And 2, I was trying to go into it with an open mind, not to tear it apart. Like with other Jediism books, I'm usually a little bit more critical. I'm tougher on Jediism books than I am Star Wars Jedi philosophy books. So, but yeah, those books I definitely recommend. I do like them. I did enjoy it. I haven't gotten through it like fully. I jumped around a lot. So, which one of your books should I read? Which one of your books should I read first? Okay, so I've had this question a bunch of times, and it's really, so there's 2 ways to answer this, and it's a question on what you're seeking to do. Now, as I said with these 3 books, so if you're just looking for kind of like Jedi, I say pick up this one if you're interested just in the lifestyle, not really community stuff or any of that. You're just kind of interested in lifestyle stuff and kind of the philosophy and where our stuff digs into, then this is the first one that I recommend. Again, it's broken up into, let's see if I can get into it. It's kind of poorly formatted. I'm working on that one in the next book, but if you can see it, it's kind of broken down into just different things like having fun, relationships, attachment, regret, anxiety, things of that nature. It just breaks it down. Disillusionment, excitement, guidance, helping, failure, all that. And it's just so you can jump around trying to ascertain that Jedi, how do we as Jedi handle this situation? Or if I'm in this situation right now, how do I deal with that as a Jedi? And this is the tool. This tool right here helps you the best in that. Now, if you're looking for training, if you're looking for set lessons and lectures and exercises and things of that nature, then you probably want to pick up Exploring the Jedi Lifestyle would be your first one that you would want to pick up and dig into, because that's more, it's our old Jedi Living, Jedi Academy Online program. That was an old training program that I used to run. And so that's a structured lesson plan. And that's a structured, it has lectures, it has things that you go through, you start with it and you go through basically cover to cover. With this one, you jump around as needed. If you're just looking to understand Jediism, if you're just looking to, like, I just want an introductory base thing that it kind of explains this to me, I don't even know if I want to deal with this stuff yet, then Jediism Explained is the first one you want to pick up. All right, so it's a tricky question because it's about what you're looking for and what you want. So different books kind of offer different things. If you're looking to kind of that introductory, do I even want to deal with Jediism yet? Do I want it? What is it really? Jediism Explains where you want to go. If you're like, I know what it is, I just kind of want some structured lessons. Exploring the Jedi lifestyle is where you want to go first. If you're already in that, or if you're already in the community, or if you're already like, you're already in a training program, or you're already a Jedi Knight, or any of that stuff, and you're just like, I just want a better understanding of how Jedi deal with life, then the Situational Jedi, you cannot go wrong with that one. That one's my preference. It's my preferred. It's the one I enjoy the most. Again, it covers the same problems as all my books, and that's one-man show, which means, there's typos and grammar things in there that, it's self-published. It's not great. But also I would recommend picking up this bad boy. If Situational Jedi works for you, or if that's up your alley, I definitely highly recommend this book. Hopefully that answers. Okay, who do we got? Who illustrated the books? Any affiliation with previous Star Wars artists? This one's illustrated by Christina Chung. Let's see. Boop, boop. Nope. That one right there. There you go. And I don't know if she's done Star Wars stuff. It says here that she's worked with Lucasfilms before, as well as the New York Times, Washington Post, and NPR. But I don't know exactly. I don't know for sure what other work she's done. She might have worked on the comics or something. I'm not sure what her I know it's out there. I know that I could probably Google it real quick and seem like I know what I'm talking about, but it is beautifully illustrated. The other one is just movie pictures, so it doesn't have an illustrator. I'm sure, because it went with a big time publisher, they have, they have people to, clean that up and stuff, but those people are not listed in this book. So, and so no. So yeah, I think that answers that question. Yeah, if you're looking for training, that is the one. It's structured and you just move through it, and it's pretty easy to work with. Exploring the Jedi lifestyle is that it was meant to be the introductory, kind of like an introductory course to get you. By the end of it, you should be good to go. Would you ever consider a situational Sith or a situational Mandalorian? Probably not. Probably not, just because my knowledge would be limited there, and I don't know enough of, like, I don't hang out enough in the areas of real life Sith. Like, I think I don't even know if they use the term. I've seen websites that use the term Sithism. I don't know how serious that is. And I know that there's some people who have been looking to adopt real life Mandalorian, real Mando stuff, philosophy wise. But there's one, I guess I just don't identify enough with those ideologies to write something on them myself. I prefer the Jedi lifestyle, and that's what I prefer to push, and that's what I prefer to encourage. And my computer here, my source of information is filled with Jedi writings. It is, I have all the philosophical, the Jediism stuff, as well as the fictional, things and quotes. And I have one project that I've been working on. I don't know how many quotes I have saved. I have, I don't know, 1,000, maybe more. Jedi quotes, individual quotes saved in a document. So yeah, probably would not go in that direction, just because the way that I like to create the books is I like to piece it all together. I like to bring it all, like the situational Jedi has, the fictional Jedi concepts, the Jediism concepts, and then my own personal concepts and experiences, like living as a Jedi, all tied together to address a topic. And I'd want to do that, and I can't do that as a Sith. And Mandalorian, as cool as they are, and a lot of honor and stuff like that, I have dug into them before because I did think about going that way. But I think that for me, that's just going to stay as a costuming enjoyment more than a philosophical one per se. We do share some some similarities there, which is good. But yeah. All right. So any more questions? Any more questions? Concepts for the channel, for myself, for Jedi philosophy, for the books. And once again, just one more time, we are talking about Be More Yoda. I do recommend it. It is quick, short. It's really easy. You just kind of jump through it. It's one of those things where if you're not really looking to read like a full book, you can kind of do that thing, like let the Force guide you, where you're just like, all right, listen to your instincts. Being afraid isn't always bad. If you find yourself trapped in a garbage compactor with a creature swimming around your feet, fear will compel you to figure a way out. And if you're suddenly pulled towards a moon-sized weapon of mass destruction, don't panic. Knock out a couple of stormtroopers, steal their armor, and continue the mission. Bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's your constructive response to it. So just one of those things. You can jump in, you can take a look, you can kind of remind yourself of, the Jedi mindset and kind of recenter yourself. So that's always good. It's a fun meditation you can do where, heck, pull out your D20. Where's my dice? Pull out your dice, right? Pull out your D20 dice. We're all nerds here. Don't act like you don't have dice. Okay. Pull out dice. Maybe we'll throw down 2. Okay. What do we got? I'm going to say that's 53. So you throw down 53. You open up the page. Let's take a look. What's 53? Don't disappoint me. Is the Force with us? What? Oh. Unleash your mastery. There we go. So there we go. You can do that. Jedi Mind. Same thing. I recommend it. Again, you could do the meditation thing where you just kind of flip through and stop, or just flip through until something catches your mind. Or maybe you need something about grounding, or maybe you need something where you need to read between the lines, or you need to stay on track because you're getting sidetracked, So that's the things. You could do that. I recommend it. What do we got here? Hang on, we got a question. Getting dice everywhere. What are the biggest differences between canon and Legends Jedi? Not much. They haven't, Legends-wise, we haven't gone back to where we had in canon. So if you're thinking Knights of the Old Republic, if you're thinking Knights of the Old Republic 2, or you're looking at maybe you going back even further with Audain or Ulic Quell Drama, Droma. I don't know. Those are all in Legends. So the differences wouldn't be too much. The differences are more about era than they are about anything. We haven't really gone back that far yet. So when we look at the Jedi of canon and Legends, really the furthest we've gone back in canon so far is the High Republic area, which was considered before Legends became a thing, before Disney bought it out. That was considered the golden era of the Jedi, that time frame that's basically Yoda's time frame, the time that Yoda served as a Jedi. That 1,000-year span was considered the golden era of the Jedi. And now we're kind of viewing that in the High Republic. And those are canon. And compared to what other Legends we've had, there's really not a lot of differences right now. There's not a whole lot of differences separating them. It's only the eras, the different eras of the Jedi that kind of separate how Jedi acted, what rules they had, what rules they didn't have. And we see that in the High Republic versus what we see later on throughout the movies. The Jedi Order in the prequels and the Jedi Order of the High Republic are, in fact, pretty different, and the Jedi act a little bit different. Similarities are still there, but there's also just the differences of the eras, the little things that kind of we don't know what really caused them to shake or change their policies and things of that nature. But we can definitely tell that there was a more boots on the ground type way with the Jedi, the older Jedi. So there's really not a whole lot of differences philosophically speaking. The concepts are really still the same. What we see, the changes we see, and I think this is addressed both in canon and in Legends. The changes we see is the decadence and the kind of stagnation and the kind of just becoming complacent, where Jedi just, the order itself, the hierarchy itself kind of comes complacent over the years, where it's not really, hands-on with the galaxy around it, with the average person of the galaxy, not out there doing its mandate, which is meant to be helping people. It's meant to be the guardians of peace and justice, of life, of the Force. They are supposed to be guardians of the Force, and I think they don't do that. Path of the Jedi, sure. Jedi Code, these are okay. Those are things. I agree. Path of the Jedi is actually a good book. Hey everybody, hey Base Jedi, welcome. Again, so if you have any questions, hopefully that answered your question, Mike. Just throwing that out there. We'll re-establish it. But yeah, philosophically speaking, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. I really liked, if you want to talk about Legends, a really good book that's been wiped out, especially with the characters' development in the Clone Wars series, is the MedStar books, 2 MedStar books, and they follow Barriss Offee and her trials as a Jedi healer. And I really like those books. Those books have some good lessons in them. They have some good philosophy. They talk about being a Jedi healer and kind of how that works within the order. That's a really good one. But again, and of course, that character's storyline changes. Her canonical story now is much different than what that book set her up to be. And so that would be a difference. But again, it's, philosophically speaking, from a Jedi's, the Grand Order's perspective, not much is different. It's just kind of individual things like that with those little characters that change a little bit. So it's really about either one of those. It's really just about finding what stories you like, what resonates with you. One of the books that's Shatterpoint's considered Legends now, but it's a really good book on Jedi philosophy and dealing with the darkness and dealing with the reality of being a Jedi in tough times, in dark times, in struggles, and dealing with that kind of struggle that we have within ourselves. So Shatterpoint would be another good one to pick up. Yeah, the Jedi Healer books were really good. They were really good, and they did that. Did Qui-Gon Jinn come back as a Force ghost? Well, yes, technically. The reason that he's not shown as a Force ghost in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, was simply scheduling timing issues, but his audio was used within that to designate it. And unconfirmed yet, but there are the rumors floating around that he's gonna make an appearance in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that's coming out on Disney Plus whenever they get that done. Just recently, pictures of Obi-Wan, or I'm sorry, I'm a little excited, of Ewan McGregor with his beard, with his Obi-Wan beard, have been floating around, and everybody's seeing the Obi beard is back. And so they're beginning production on that. So we should see Qui-Gon Jinn, Force Ghost, in that series, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for the series, again, because it deals with Jedi, and we should get I'm hoping for some good Jedi philosophy out of it. But, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. It's an iffy thing. So yes, he has come back as a Force Ghost he is the one who taught Obi-Wan how to become a Force ghost and Yoda how to become a Force ghost. And we should be getting more on that. There should, I believe there's books in the work, and as well with this Obi-Wan Kenobi series, we should be getting more of that kind of Qui-Gon teaching those Jedi how to become Force ghosts through it, which should be interesting for our own. It doesn't, being a blue Force ghost, he doesn't really relate to Jediism or Jedi philosophy so much, but at the same time, I think it can be really inspiring. And the idea behind George Lucas, and George Lucas has said this on a couple different occasions, but when he created Star Wars, he was talking about recreating a modern myth and storytelling for children to kind of just encourage those kind of questions on death and all of that. And if that can encourage that discussion, then more power to it, right? So, and I think he's done that. Super excited for the Obi-Wan series. Absolutely. I am absolutely excited, and I'm, high hopes, but we'll see what happens with that. Are you planning on doing more in-character Jedi immersion meditations? Yes, I do have a couple of Jedi immersion meditations planned out. I haven't gotten to filming them yet just because setting up the green screen is a pain in the butt. And my setup is kind of tight. Like the way setting it up is just, so I haven't gotten to it yet. It takes a little bit more time, but yes, I do have some. I recently, actually, you can see it right there is my Jedi armor for that character that I'll be wearing for those videos. I've updated kind of the costume a bit for it because I wanted to incorporate my Jedi armor into it. So we will be getting more Jedi immersion meditation videos going. I had a couple. I'm hoping they're still written down because I had a couple really good ideas for meditations and flowing through the Force and things like that, and just kind of like stopping and letting the Force flow through you kind of thing. And emotions, same with emotions, of letting the emotions flow through you. So I am looking to do more Jedi immersion videos. So for sure, we are going to have more of those videos. When exactly, I don't know. I'm trying to get these the Jediverse Society videos. I'm trying to catch up on the list. I'm pretty far behind on the list. I got a few videos still to do on that. So we are looking to get those done. I definitely want to do more of the Jedi immersion videos, though. I'm hoping when I kind of rearrange everything, and maybe I'm looking at getting like a specific office for recordings and books and stuff like that, that I will be able to set up the green screen better. And so it should be able to move. It should be able to be much more easier to use, and the videos will be much more accessible. So that will be encouraging to me, because if it's too much work, I get bummed out, man. I get bummed out. And so yeah, I enjoy making them. And so hopefully we'll have more of the Jedi immersion videos. Of course, we have more of the music meditation videos as well. And then the Jediverse Society videos. So we'll definitely be doing that. Just real quick for everybody still joining us or that's new, because we have been here for a little bit. If you missed the review on this is thumbs up, basically. This is a good book to get if you're looking for just stuff that kind of encourage you to live as a Jedi throughout Jedi lifestyle. This book is worthwhile. It's easy, it's quick, it's fun, it's useful. It has some of these meditations, some of these practices are things that I've done and exercises that I do. So I do recommend it. If you're just joining us, I do recommend the book in case you don't want to wait through 38 minutes of me jabbering. In case you missed that and you don't want to go back for it. Basically the review, there we go. Yeah, basically the review boils down to worthwhile. It is good. Whoops, I suck at this. There we go. It is worthwhile. It is fun. I do recommend it. I do, of course, I'll say it again. If Jediism is your thing, if you're looking to get more in depth on the Jedi philosophy itself, aka being a real Jedi, then that's the one I recommend right here. By yours truly. But if that's too much for you, if you don't really care about the Jediism aspects, if you don't care about the Jedi Circle, if you don't care about the Jedi method, if you don't care about any of that stuff, and you just want the Jedi from Star Wars, what do they do? What do they think? This is the book for you. As well as Be More Yoda is a nice companion guide with it. But if you had to choose between these two, definitely this one is where you want to go. All right, cool. So we caught up there just for anybody jumping in with that. So do recommend those books. Highly recommend. The floor is open for questions on channel, myself, Jedi philosophy, Jediism, Star Wars questions, of course, are always welcome. Or book questions, video questions, blah, 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 blah. Any questions. The floor is open. But yeah, so hopefully, well, here we go. Do the Jedi read as well? Yes. Knowledge is a core part of the Jedi path, no matter what, if you're talking fiction, legends, canon, if you're talking real life, if you're talking Jediism, Jedi philosophy, Jedi path, all of that, Jedi read, Jedi seek knowledge, if they can. So yes, Jedi read as well. Absolutely. I guess you would say that I'm a lone practitioner. Yes. So from those books, and Jeff, I'm going to answer that question in a second. From those books, that's what we were talking about earlier in the review, is that these are very much geared to the lone practitioner. This is someone who doesn't really care, like these, even this one, right, is this bypasses the community. This bypasses all that nonsense. This isn't about groups or hierarchies or titles or councils or any of that nonsense, right? This is just about how do I navigate life. I'm going to throw out these. These are just about how do I navigate life as a Jedi. That's it. That's all these books are about. This one handles individual topics such as fear, depression, anxiety, excitement, things of that nature, guiding others, all of that. And then similar. So these two have a really similar setup. That one. There we go. These two have a really similar setup, and in the way that they just approach random topics. You can read them from cover to cover, or you can just jump around as you need. And it is for the individual Jedi that's just about living life as a Jedi. You just want to live life as a Jedi. It's not, you're not going to gain any more. You're not going to gain any titles from it, right? But you'll probably be more knowledgeable and more experienced and more well-read than some title holders. So absolutely. All right. So how many books have you authored? All right. I'm going to actually have to do something here. So what is it? Amazon. I'm going to have to go to Amazon here for a second. And you're like, shouldn't you know how many books you've authored? Ha ha ha. Well, are we talking about books in the works? Books that I'm currently working on? Books that have been published and then removed, there's books that I've put out that are no longer in print. Do I count those? I don't know if I count those, right? So we have what's available now. And I'm going to answer the question about there we go. If this loads. All right. What's available now? We have The Situational Jedi, Jediism Explained, Exploring the Jedi Lifestyle, The Jedi Circle, and The Jedi Religion. So technically 5 books under Opie McLeod, and those are under Opie McLeod and K.S. Trout. Under Opie McLeod, there is also the Jedi Foundations Tier 1 program, which is really simplistic. And if you're looking to pick that up, just pick up Exploring the Jedi Lifestyle, because that book is contained within Exploring the Jedi Lifestyle. So technically, I'm going to go with 5 that are available now. There's 5 books that are available now. Not all are created equal. Not all I recommend buying, as a matter of fact. I was asked which books earlier in the video, in the stream, whatever we're calling this, I was asked which one should you pick up first. I will always, currently at this time, until another one comes around, I will always recommend this one above all, or this one, really, or that, if you're not interested in the Jediism stuff, this is the way to go. But this is the one I would recommend if you're just looking to live as a Jedi, if you're just a lone practitioner, if you will. And but if you're looking for training, then exploring the Jedi lifestyle. If you're looking for an introduction to Jediism, Jedi philosophy, whatever words you want to use to describe it, the Jedi path, then Jediism Explained is the best way to go. How do you get around copyrights? Do you have to deal with Disney? Disney will not deal with me, and I think I've tried to deal with Disney a few times. I had a literary agent. We were in talks before, but I think their answer has been clear about dealing with me in the fact that they have since, and that was a couple of years ago that we were in talks, and I sent a manuscript of a full book. And so this is their answer in dealing with me. They're not going to do it. They're more than happy to have their own people do their own books, and they're happy to get around me and not have to deal with me and the baggage of that comes with all the isms and stuff like that. So how do I get around the copyright? Is I don't use any. So let's compare real quick. All right, let's look at these. What you see here is one, you see Star Wars, you see Yoda, very familiar. This is all reminiscent, right? That's same with here. What do we got? We got Star Wars, we got Yoda. These are all very trademarked. Star Wars is trademarked, it's copyrighted. Yoda is trademarked, copyrighted. Those are very recognizable Star Wars things. You cannot use that information. You cannot use that to sell your books. You cannot. So looking at my book, we can see that there's nothing here that says Star Wars. There's nothing here that indicates Lucas or Disney in any sort of way. And the ever important word right there, Jediism. It's the one I really think Jediism is a stupid word in and of itself. That's just my personal opinion. But it is important for distinction. It is important, and it helps clarify things as words do, right? It's the whole point of language, is it helps us clarify and classify things. That's why we have so many stupid things for classifications, right? So the way around that, or how I get around that, is I just don't reference I don't market to Star Wars. I'm not using Star Wars imagery. I'm not using Star Wars words. And there was a very specific loophole. Again, when I was going through publishers, I pointed out a very specific loophole. These books filled that loophole that they have in their trademark for the word Jedi. They used to have a loophole where they didn't have non-fiction philosophy books included in their trademark. So when you fill out what your trademark is, what your things cover, you can select a whole bunch of things, and they did not select that category, surprisingly, right? And so that used to be it. But again, when I went around with a literary agent, we were talking with publishers and things of that nature, that loophole got closed up. So technically, if they really, really wanted to, Disney could come for me. They could come for me. They could come knock down my door. They could tell me cease and desist if they truly wanted to. But basically, I don't sell that many books, man. This isn't my full-time job, right? I don't make videos full-time. I wish, but this isn't full-time. So Disney doesn't care about me. I'm a small fish in a very large pond. Their books are way better. You can't really deny that, I don't think. So they don't care about me. And Jediism is something that they don't want to touch. It's not something they want to acknowledge. It's something they don't want to get involved with. So as long as it's on Jediism, you're pretty safe. again, that's on them, So, did Jedi Master Yoda didn't want to train Luke Skywalker to become a Jedi because his father was Darth Vader? He wanted to train him. Did Jedi Master? I don't know if that's a typo. He wanted to train him specifically because of the tie to big Skywalker blood, basically, if you want to put it that way. He wanted to train him so that circle can be complete. I think what you have, though, I think one of the great discussions of the Jedi community is always how Yoda and Obi-Wan approach and handle Luke Skywalker throughout the trilogy, and remembering that you are dealing with old, broken Jedi. Like Obi-Wan and Yoda did, as much as they're Jedi, one, they were Jedi at the end of the decadence of the Jedi Order, of that, stagnation, but also they had to watch everything that they built, loved, and appreciate die. And that's trauma. That's trauma. For anybody, it doesn't matter that you're a Jedi. And as much as the Jedi path and philosophy can help someone through trauma and through darkness and all that, it's still going to leave its mark. You never come out of trauma the same person you were. You can never go back to who you were. It's about you have to grow past it, and it's going to leave its mark. It's always going to leave its mark. So you are dealing with two very old, broken Jedi who really want to put things right. And it gets iffy there sometimes. I mean, if they really wanted to, yeah, they probably could. But we try to, I do my best to not step on their toes, and they, leave me alone and ignore me and instead put out better books doing what I'm doing. I'm surprised they haven't started a channel to what? Nah, that's all right. Can I do something with that? All right. First of all, thank you. I appreciate it. Do not be sorry. Absolutely do not be sorry. Next time, man, just buy a book. Get something for your money. I'm glad my videos have helped you, truly. Yeah, that's really nice. I suck at gratitude. We could let's do this real quick. We're gonna do something. Since we got $10, we are gonna step on toes. We're gonna read from this book, this Lucas Films Gratitude. Gratitude. Thank you. All right. When I was out there alone, all I had was your training and the lessons you taught me. And because of you, I did survive. And not only that, I was able to lead others to survive as well. That was I don't know if you guys know which episode. I forget the episode off the top of my head, but that Clone Wars episode was really, that was a really good one. It was a tough one. Jedi Masters train their Padawans in what they know about the Force, lightsaber technique and the ways of the Jedi and the galaxy, but also embody personal lessons in judgment, inner strength, responsibility, and much more. Ahsoka expresses gratitude to Anakin many times for his teachings. Expressing gratitude is a form of recognizing gifts that we may have been granted, but may not have recognized as such if we had not paused to give thanks. Capturing the things and people we are thankful for in a list can contribute to a more positive and mindful mindset. To appreciate something is to notice it happened, and that can assist us in recognizing more opportunities to say thank you. The practice here is a gratitude journal. Select a blank notebook as your gratitude journal. First of all, if any of you are authors, aspiring authors, creative people in any sort of way, I know that you have a blank journal lying around somewhere. I know you do. Bust it out. Stop saying it's too nice to write in, or stop saving it for that very special thing you're going to write in. Use that. You use it. All right. Either just after you wake up or right before bed, write down the date and at least 3 things or people you are grateful to have in your life, and write a sentence or 2 about why they make you feel this way. Your gratitude can be for something big or small. Occasionally, look back through the journal and notice how much you have to be grateful for. Have you thanked the people you recorded in its pages? So first of all, so that's that. That's it. Once again, I will say I recommend this book for any aspiring Jedi, Jediism aside, or Jediism as part of it, community aside, being a part of the community. Either way, I do recommend this book. It is better than mine. Okay. But thank you. Truly, I appreciate that. And so thank you. My gratitude is for you. My gratitude is for you. Story time with Jedi Opie. This is awesome. Well, I've thought about doing that before. Yeah, you're awesome. Get out of here with that. You're awesome. Is there any plan for a follow-up to the American Jedi documentary? How has the community changed since then? I'm going to get right back to that. But what is this? What's the matter with you people? There are better things. Look, if you go buy this book. Or fine, you know what? You want to thank me. You want to thank me? Go get the. Leave a nice review. Buy it. Leave a nice review. Thank you. Do that. Thank you. Thank you. Stop wasting your money on me. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I'm horrible with this stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Is there a plan for a follow-up? So when the documentary was first being put together and everything, and by the end of it, there were ideas for a American Jedi 2. There was also some really lofty ideas for a series and things that could go out. The director who basically put his own money into it and really made American Jedi happen because he really had a passion for wanting to tell that story. He even had a meeting with people at the Sci-Fi Channel to do a reality series, but they really just wanted to make us all look stupid because that's reality TV. Reality TV is about laughing at people. It's not about like really thing. And unfortunately, he blew that deal by getting really defensive for the Jedi community, and he got really heated with the executives there, and so that did not happen because he was very protective of the Jedi and the Jedi community. So I've tried to talk with another producer who was a part of the American Jedi documentary on a couple different ideas. One of those ideas so I talked to a couple producers and directors about an idea for kind of like a tie-in where it was, a challenge. It was a challenge series where you bring in Jedi or would-be Jedi to train as Jedi and go through obstacles and things like that. And if this sounds familiar, it's because Disney a couple years later has come out with Jedi Temple Challenge with Ahmed Best as being a Jedi Master that leads the thing, which is a fun show, by the way. It's for kids, obviously. It has kid contestants. Really great show. Once again, they took my idea and did something way better with it. But there have been talks. Nothing has materialized. And as of now, there haven't been talks at any recent time about an actual follow-up or American Jedi 2 or anything of that nature. I know a couple of people who were part of the project Jedi, a couple of Jedi who were part of American Jedi, like really, really want it. But there's just what it cost to make and then what it got in return. And you got to remember, this is Hollywood stuff, right? This isn't, no one in the community made this video. I didn't make it, like we have no say in it. And when you're dealing with, the industry types, it is about investment and return. And American Jedi didn't bring back a whole bunch, but especially because a big chunk of change comes from protecting what we talked about earlier, copyrights and trademarks, and not getting sued the pants off of by Disney or Lucas. So that took a lot of money just to CYA. And so there have been talks before. I have talked with a couple of producers about show ideas that would expand upon it. Is anything going to come of it? Probably not. At best, hopefully, my other show idea will be stolen, and we'll see something cool with that because I think it's a good show idea. So I'd like to see it happen. Will it happen? I don't know. Will it be tied into the Jedi community? Probably not. Again, because they don't want to do that. How has the community changed since then? There's little changes, and there's of course the social changes, like drama wise, like who's part of what group and what groups still exist and things like that. Like group dynamics have changed, but the community itself, I don't think has changed all that much. I think the American Jedi documentary shows more solidarity in the community than actually existed and actually does exist now. The community is very tribal in nature. So just because the documentary makes it seem like if you join a group, you can go to a gathering and you can go through the process, but that's really not the case. Those gatherings and those trials are all group based and grouped, recognized. So just because you're a Jedi Knight at Jedi Temple, whatever, and Order Force Temple over here, not going to recognize it, right? United Jedi here, you could be a Jedi Master, but at Jedi United, you're not a master at all, and they won't recognize those titles. It's very tribal in nature. So, and it's kind of always been like that. There was a brief time where it was looking like it was going to change, but that was way back at the year like 2000. And of course, it actually went in a different direction and splintered off even more. So it's kind of always been that way. It hasn't really changed much. I mean, some groups still carry the exact same training program that was around even before the documentary. So not a whole lot of changes outside of the social dynamics of it, outside of the groups and who's friends with who and who endorses who and all that high school nonsense that the community seems to love. That's it, Let's see what we have here. So I hope that answers your question. If you have more questions, of course, you can ask. What do we got? I have the digital comedy. Fair enough. Do the Jedi make their own lightsabers before their need to get the harvest crystals first to go? So in Star Wars, basically you collect parts as you go, and then you collect parts as you go. A great place to explore this, even though it's not in the time of the Jedi Order, would be Jedi the Fallen Order, the video game. You get a sense of how parts are collected and things like that. Knights of the Old Republic, same way. Knights of the Old Republic 2, also, you have to build your lightsaber. Star Wars Old Republic, of course, if you play the Jedi storylines, you have to build your lightsaber. And it's about collecting the parts first. You generally most Jedi have a general idea, most basic one. And it's not until Jedi Knights, Jedi Masters have even rebuilt their lightsabers. And that's explored a little bit in the High Republic novels that talk a little bit about the lightsabers and how they reflect their owners, and that some Jedi do change them over time to kind of reflect their own personal growth. And then some Jedi don't. They have it. They go get their crystal from Ilum or some other planet, depending. Most of our series most in Star Wars covers Ilum, that they go there, they find their crystal, and boom, they have their lightsaber for life. So there we go. So it's kind of a combination. It's all kind of a combination, and it's Jedi dependent. It's individual dependent. So was it any good? Are we talking about the documentary? Or are we talking about the book? If we're talking about this book, if you didn't catch the review and you don't want to go back, which I understand because we're over an hour now, if you don't want to go back for it, yes, the book is good. Yes, I recommend it. It's really short. It's easy. It's simple to jump into. It's good for just, meditation. It's good for if you want to just flip through it, read cover to cover. If you're just looking to be a Jedi, or you just, like you want to bring the Jedi lifestyle or the Jedi mindset more into your everyday life, yes, it's good. It does work. Another one you can go with that is this one. These work within the Star Wars. They're based off Star Wars clearly. That's Disney's hand in that. If you're looking for something that's more about the Jedi philosophy, Jedi path, quote unquote Jediism, this one does about the same thing. A little bit, obviously, a little bit thicker, a little bit more pontification in this one. But if you're not interested in the community, lifestyle, Jediism, if you're not interested basically in the Jedi circle and that stuff, then yeah, this book works wonderfully. Is well written, beautifully illustrated, is good. So, is the Sithism movement at least as serious as Jediism? Depends on where you go. And what that means will depend on who you talk to. You have to remember that one, Sith philosophy is very highly rooted in individualism, and that each Sith is going to have their own individualistic takes. So that's going to be a little different for each person. It's going to be different for who you talk to and what that means on who you talk to, and how serious it is really varies. There's some groups that are just silly. There's some that just read Darth Maul's journal one too many times. There's some that take it very seriously. There's some that take it that don't even address kind of Star Wars stuff. They're more about the Machiavellian 48 laws of power kind of, just grabbing on to using Sith as a term to push already created works, real world works, and using those as kind of the library. So yes and no. But technically you could say the same thing about Jediism, but I haven't found, I did a couple interviews back at, I don't know how many years ago, 3-4 years ago, I don't remember how long it was, with a couple of YouTube channels that were about quote unquote Sithism. Those videos have since been deleted, and those channels I don't even know if they still exist. So yeah, it's really give or take on that. Anytime, that's what I'm here for. That's always happy to answer questions and talk about that. All right, so we've covered the books. They get a thumbs up from me. If you haven't, and we've talked about the channel updates, I am looking to we are going to have more Jedi vs. Society videos coming. I am going to look to do Jedi immersion videos. Those I can't guarantee when they're going to happen, but they are going to happen. Do we have any more questions on that before we call it? Because we've been here an hour. Any more questions? What do we got? Can Jedi turn to the dark side of the Force? Can they? They could. Anyone could. The best defense against the dark side is to simply be a Jedi. It's an old argument that I've had in the community for years. You don't need to learn about the dark side to avoid the dark side. All you have to do is be a Jedi. So if you want to avoid the dark side... I didn't drop that, I swear. Okay. I'm graceful, like a Jedi, I promise. Of course, if anybody's seen the outtakes of Liam Neeson throwing his lightsaber around as Qui-Gon Jinn, well, same boat. So this right here, this will help you avoid the dark side. Plain and simple. And if you really just want to be simple, or if you're on a budget, that right there will help you avoid the dark side. There's another book that I pre-ordered that is coming out. So we'll do another video, I think. We'll probably do another video. Probably won't be as long as this, but we'll do another video. Because I did order another book that is Jedi philosophy related, but again, it's coming out from Lucas and Disney. So it's not coming out by me. And again, it's one of my ideas that I pitched and got shot down. And whatever. Whatever, Disney. I know you're watching. At least you're using my ideas and doing something good with them. I'm okay with it. But anyways, so yeah, if you want to avoid it, just boom, done deal. Follow that, live it, be it. You'll avoid it. You're always gonna tiptoe the line. Every Jedi, whether you're talking Star Wars or real life, every Jedi is gonna face that challenge. Every Jedi is gonna have moments of stumbling, of weakness, of things, of challenges. It's gonna happen. But the question of whether or not you turn to it, the question of whether or not you like dive into it, right? Like that's the question, right? And that's just a matter of choice. That is really just a matter of choice. So don't do it. Don't do it. Well, pick or jaw. A Jedi wouldn't tighten a lid on someone else, right? No. Jedi will, tighten the lid on juice, so when they spill it, because they're throwing it around, it doesn't spill and your stuff is protected. They will tighten the lid that much, but it would, come off real easy, no problem, easy peasy. So they wouldn't tighten it if they got into an argument or something of that nature. No, they are not that vindictive. Jedi are more soft-hearted and than that. So pickle jars are safe. Pickle jars are safe, I promise. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to call it. We've been here for 70 minutes. That's a ridiculous amount of time to be staring at my ugly face. So what I would like to do is sum up real quickly. Once again, we reviewed The Jedi Mind by Amy Ratcliffe and illustrations by Christina Chung. It is a good book. It is worth picking up. I do recommend. It will benefit any Jedi of any level of any interest. If you're looking to add to your collection, that may also help in that. Boopoosh, Be More Yoda is also a valuable book to add to your collection. If you are interested in what Jediism and people like myself, pontifications, what we have to say, you can pick up this, The Situational Jedi, which on the same lines, similar setup, talking about situations. How does a Jedi handle those situations? Gratitude, heartbreak, depression. How do Jedi deal with that? And what it does is we break down Jedi quotes. This one has Jedi quotes in it. Then it has Jediism quotes, and then it has my personal experience. So there's layers there. All right. So there we go. And stop being nice. You're definitely not ugly. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where can I get those books? Books are available. These ones you can pretty much get absolutely anywhere, really. But, Amazon, barnesandnobles.com, Barnes and Nobles in person, book retailers around, wherever, anywhere you get your books, these you should be able to find those there. This one, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on barnesandnobles.com. You can find it on like those kind of online retailers. There's also a Kindle version if that's more your speed. So Amazon's probably the easiest. I know not everybody's happy with Amazon, and for very, very good reasons. And I get that. So if you're boycotting them, good on you. And I'm pretty sure you could go to barnesandnobles.com and get it as well. But I'm looking to transfer it over. The next Jedi book that I put out is going to be on a different platform that will allow people to bypass Amazon and still get it quickly and affordably and easily and all of that. And if that works out, I'll probably transfer this one over there as well. So, but we'll see. So Amazon, wherever you get your books. Do you have an affiliate link? I do. I don't remember what the heck it is though. And the website it was on, let me see if let's see. And the website it was on, which was, I don't think I recently, or I didn't recently, but I redid it. I redid the website. Yeah. No. Yeah, I redid the website and I did not. Yeah, and I did not grab the affiliate. What do we got here? Nope. Yep. Nope. So I know there's one somewhere, but don't worry about it. It's all good. There's not much from it anyways. They think there's like $10 sitting on that account because they only do a payout after so much. And so don't even worry about it. It's all good. Smile Amazon. I would, if you're worried about like affiliate link, actually just use Smile Amazon. If you use Amazon, use Smile Amazon, donate to a charity. I use Charity Water myself, but you know, whatever charity works for you and whatever charity you donate to charity. Allow that stuff to go to charity. Let that do some good for some people. Let them get something out of it. People that are out there doing some good work. Do Smile Amazon. And we'll call it even. All right. Okay. So that's that. We have been here for 75 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes. I do recommend the book. I'm glad we're there. Sorry, dog. The door shut. Be out there in a second, buddy. Okay. I'm going to go. My dog is like, let's go. Let's go outside. So I'm going to do that. Responsibilities of being a Jedi. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you didn't catch the review, hopefully we covered the review. You could jump somewhere in this video, and you'll probably find the review. Again, though, if you just want to answer, it's thumbs up. We do have more videos, Jedi vs. Society, as well as Jedi meditation videos in the works. So we should have more of those. And I will be seeing you. And the next book that I get out that covers Jedi philosophy, we'll do another live stream if you want to join us. Hopefully this time is a decent time for you guys. And we'll do that. We will return here, and you can ask more questions, and we can dive into it some more. Excuse me. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. You know where the buttons are. May the Force be with you. And then we have to wait a second because it takes me a while to end the broadcast. All right. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you.